Wow. Korean skincare. Why did I shut up? I am gonna do it with you guys. Because we are. What about our health and the way we look? Glamorous. So glamorous. Love you. Hi guys. How's everybody doing? So I've been out of the loop for just a minute. Not as long as you would think. What I missed? It's the 411. What's the sitch? Tell grandma. Okay. Clean skin. I had to have clean skin for this to work. Thank you. Hi. I have seen Corey Love. Has everyone seen Corey Love? Oh my god. Honey. I sent her that wig before I left. And I'm really glad I did. So glad. So. I will continue, of course, to read. But I need to do some skincare, you guys. And it's late on a Monday, and we won't be up too late because we're not doing drugs. We're behaving. Hi, my love. Okay. So we have this really cute little fucking remote. Look at this. To the routines and our skin cleansing routine. This is the one I like the most, so this is the one I've been doing. Bam. 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 Huh. That is honey. I feel the cryogenic freezing happening right now. It's everything. Bam. Oh shit. Oh shit. I was gonna say yes. Come back to city. Oh shit, there she goes.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hi.
My baby.
How are
Hey,
you?
honey.
Look, you guys, it's a RuPaul's Drag Race finale reunion.
How are
Lexi
you?
Love, Nomi Love, and Jessica fucking Diamond.
Not balking.
Cheers.
Let me hoist up these boobies, honey.
Lexi, I'm so jealous. She looks so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a new makeup routine.
You told me
Um,
about that. I'm jealous. Can I
it's
borrow
two
it?
colors, gray and pink.
It's called fuchsia, honey.
And yeah, it's gray and fuchsia.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I am doing some skin cleansing from Korean skincare, and this is like the 8-minute treatment, and I needed to do it. So I washed my face, and I said I'm doing it with you.
Well, honey,
Oh.
on Saturday night, your ass at 12 years old.
So I'm sure you've been talking to your chat about how you're doing and stuff like that. Do you want to give your mothers a little update, even though we probably know already, but just do it for us because it's TikTok?
Wait, about
You, how you doing?
good, good,
Saying lovely and beautiful.
And
fine.
Nomi, how are you doing today?
I'm good, just feeling slightly young today.
Did you work today?
Girl,
No,
you look
sure,
like
that's
you. It
probably
looks like you're about to read my fortune and also recite lines from Charm. I love it.
call me now for your free reading.
You know she went to jail.
Did she?
Yeah, girl. I
Why
could
would
not
she
believe
do?
it either. They were scamming people left and right. Mm-hmm.
I might have to do that, huh? With this outfit and shit.
Hi. Oh, 2 years sober. Yes, Mia. I know that's right. Proud of you. Thank you for sharing. We're
Oh
enjoying.
wait, I think I did see that documentary about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, huh. Well,
I went to the movies yesterday and I seen the brand new movie that just came out. My brain just went blank what it's called. What the fuck is it called?
The Final Destination thing?
Yes, yes. Oh my god, it
No.
was so good.
No. See, why do you people watch it? Why does anybody watch that stuff?
It was so
honey,
good, Lexi.
Crazy.
Like it was so good.
the first one I seen was bootleg. I saw it in Fairfield, Ohio, after I
Uh,
pooped a hoot. And I
Anna,
had to drive
you
home,
should.
and what the fuck was in front of me? A truck
Uh-huh.
with some damn wood logs on it. I was in the back seat floorboard screaming. I don't watch these films, honey. I
Yeah.
was losing it.
My chat said
Final
they agree with you,
Destination
Lexi.
Bloodlines, they said.
Yes, it's so good, Lexi. Oh my god, it's so good.
No.
Yeah,
No.
the ma'am,
No, ma'am.
the mem.
So how do you feel? What's new? Have you talked about RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars at all?
No. So while I was in recovery, I actually like tried to keep myself from watching any of it.
Oh,
I
good.
was like trying to go back and start to watch my season because it's a lot different watching it now than it was being drunk at a bar. So anybody out there, if you have nothing to do during a weekday, go back and watch old seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race because you'll find different things interesting than what you found before. And maybe people you didn't like, you'll like now. Like,
Country real person.
yeah, Bosco looks
Yes,
incredible.
she does, honey. Them boobs, honey.
Yeah, God's
Them
favorite
good
tinsel
showgirl
girl. Yes,
boobs.
yes, please. Yes, please. Send 200 roses. Yes. Can somebody send 200 live roses to me, though? I would like real roses. I don't
I
want
want
Well,
both.
Lexi,
virtual roses.
actually, Lexi, what? Let me tell you something. So, if people in your chat touch your bio up there, your name, the little profile picture, you have a thing called a gift gallery. And right now, Lexi's gift
I
gallery has 2 out of 9. So, y'all, if you want to show
No,
Lexi
and
some
up.
love, fill that gift gallery up, you guys.
Fill
Show her
it.
love.
hey, I don't even care about the gift gallery.
I know. I'm just telling your chat if they want, like, so people that are here to support you, that are hanging out with you, they can tap your face with their finger. They can do a
Yes,
heart me
Ashley.
Not
and join
me,
your
huh?
team.
Boom, boom. You can't even see. You can't get me. You can't tap me. I'm moving too quick. Damn.
No, they can.
I promise you. You know I will deliver.
Uh-huh.
I promise.
What was for dinner today, Miss Lexi?
I had like 3 dinners, so I mean, I had a lot. I feel like I have gained so much weight.
I
I
just
am
seen you. You have not
obsessed.
gained a. I
That
just
is
seen
not
you.
true. I have a belly now. Already in a matter of days. It looks like I am 3 months pregnant.
It does not.
It does.
Since
When did
Saturday,
you?
Yeah, I feel stout. I feel stout.
I feel stout. Honey,
Husky. I think it's the word is husky.
no. Saturday, stunning. Stunning. Stunning.
Thank you.
Seriously, stunning.
Thank you.
Not a stitch of
Well,
makeup,
when I
honey.
seen you on Wednesday,
Hair
you
and
look
body.
beautiful too.
Well, thank you. But I feel like these days have accumulatively compacted on top of each other, and now all of a sudden, I am a different human being, unrecognizable.
You just gotta sit on that pot, girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is true as well. That was like a
See,
thing. Like it took me like a minute to
let
have
me
a
tell you guys a
breakthrough.
secret about Lexi and Nomi. That's very different than me. So I do not use the bathroom or
Oh,
make
dang.
sounds like Nomi. The two of them just do it 24/7.
What?
Honey, we'll do with the door open and talk about it. Did you just hear that? That
That is how
was
we were
acoustic,
raised.
honey.
I tried to explain to my boyfriend that I don't know when people pass gas around me. It's crazy because I don't know like what that's like because I've never personally done that, and I don't think I ever will. But like it seems like a lot of people around me pass gas, and it's so crazy for them that they have to pass it at such unfortunate times. Okay, one treatment down.
Good job, Lexi.
Honey,
Girl,
I
they
just
said
crack it.
No,
moisturize or
Ashley.
continue. I want to
Just so you
continue.
know, Lexi and Nomi are both very gassy people. I'm not.
Darling, I have the gas removed once a week by a doctor.
Smart.
Thank y'all.
Which means she just goes out in the backyard and says, "Yeah, I'm acoustic all day long." The other day, I was selling somebody a lovely pearl
You
necklace,
thought I was in rehab. Check out my
$875.
page. Find out why I'm out. Find out why I'm out of rehab. God.
And I just cracked it. I said, "Hold on." So, is this cash check or credit card?
She's not joking.
No, I'm not. I still sold that Bulgari necklace back and forth, back and forth. I might be Southern, but I may as well be from Jersey, honey. Too much hair, too much makeup, and a lot of glitter.
Anyway, Lexi, tell me something good.
Tell me something good.
So when you rewatched your season, what'd you watch? The first couple episodes?
You know what? I don't hate the Snatch Game anymore. Before, I was really worried. Like after, like when it came out, I was like, I do not understand why people. Oh my god! I was like, people really are laughing in my face. But no, like I really like. I eventually I'm laughing with it. Like I totally get it.
No,
And that was
honey,
something I did
that's
not expect to happen.
literally one of my
You know?
favorites.
I didn't expect that to happen, but I get it now, and it is
No,
funny.
I thought you did good. For you, me knowing you and like watching you crack under pressure and like you be freaked out, kind of stressed out, it was like your authentic, real self in that moment being funny.
No,
So I loved it.
that moment was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
beautiful. I don't know about
The last
beautiful
two
now.
words you said, fucking brilliant.
Hmm.
I wish they would have put my question or my answer in the finale that I said because like Lexi truly is a phoenix, you guys, and what you guys are experiencing and watching her go through right now.
Yeah, but they liked her answer
Wait until y'all
better.
see what happens. What'd you say?
I said that I guess they liked her answer better.
No, I think my answer put you as a winner, and it didn't fit the
No.
narrative.
I
I
thank
just
you.
wish they showed me more, even though I look like someone scranching.
They showed you more.
I wish they did.
They like you fucking got to talk.
Yeah, they showed you a lot, Mary. They
Yeah, they
showed you a
showed you a
lot.
lot.
Well, I am so fucking
Jessica,
proud of
they showed
Jesse.
you a lot, and then they showed Nomi talking.
I know. I was talking to Lana, and she was like, she said that she thinks that they didn't put my answer in because, again, it puts you as a winner. Because the
Well,
way
we
I
should.
spoke. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say? What'd she say?
That's so crazy.
I think my answer was good. You're a phoenix.
I'm sorry, my answer was good.
Your answer was a fucking what? Your answer was supposed to be the big cry moment. I was shocked.
I was
Well,
You
trying
didn't
not to
cry at all. I
be.
was so proud of
well,
you.
it was in that room. It wasn't a real finale. You know how mad I was about that? I was gonna cry there in that room of 30 people. Oh,
Paid bunch of paid actors and some family members. Just joking.
no! I was like,
Just
girls,
joking.
whatever.
Might have
Oh,
thought was
Yeah, no.
that musical chair shit.
Oh, that pissed me off.
They gave me carpal tunnel of the ankle, honey. Get up, get down. It was worse than Catholic Church.
Well, Lexi, did you know that they were like we had to do all these like improv? Could you see us and like know what we were doing when you were backstage and stuff like that?
I think all of that is so crazy.
Well, I don't know if you can see us.
I know.
Could you see us?
I don't know.
Oh,
All of that is really NDA crazy.
oh. I'm just not like how like
I know, but it's
I
just
never
like
been.
production.
I've never been to like a recording of a show before, so I didn't know how it all
No.
works. So to see it like firsthand, you know me, bitch. I'm watching every fucking detail to down to like
Right.
what this person's doing. So I was
But
having a good
that's why
time.
they have NDAs because they tell you not to talk about the way that production does certain things and as you watch them. So that's why I might just let you know that that's crazy. I might not want to talk
Well,
about it because
well,
that's
I was
NDA
honored to be
crazy.
there. Okay, Lexi, I get the point. You would think you're the fucking mother around here.
Okay.
She is now, honey. She's getting me together.
Well,
Oh, she is. Tell
Well,
me the update. What's new with that? What's happening?
I'm trying to find like an in outpatient therapy or like wellness center. Like after speaking with a lot of people, at the rehab that I went to, I know that now my like situation stems more from trauma and the need for therapy and psychology and like a deeper understanding of my past. And that's something I didn't think that I was like aware of. You know, it was a lot easier just to say, "Oh yeah, I've got a substance abuse problem," when like I've walked in and out of having substance abuse problems myself. When it is a disease for a lot of people, and they literally can't look at it without doing something to it. You know what I mean? And like we have like a full bar downstairs in my kitchen, and I look at it every day, and I'm like not even. I came back and I was like, yeah, this is making sense because it's not. I don't feel powerless in a sense, but I do feel like I have use escape issues and escapism through these things using these tools because I don't have therapy because I have no idea what kind of trauma I'm suppressing. So if I can work through that, I think that my need for things like that would go away a lot further. You know, I hated drinking. Even remember when I like met you working at the dock? I hated drinking then because it was my mom. Like that was I used to have to listen to my mom and her daiquiri machine running every day, and she would come home from work, and I'd be like sitting there like, oh god, shit. You know, like it was. It used to be like traumatizing that alone. So the fact that I even went into that is so crazy to me.
Have you ever watched any TED talks about the kind of that topic before?
Nah.
So I have this like I have a couple TED talks that I've sent to my sister and like my family members that are in my like from my very like childhood, and I think these would like really impress you. I'll send them to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever watched a TED talk before?
Okay. Yeah. I would love to give a TED talk one day.
That's what I'm trying to.
that I do agree with it. Stemming from trauma because I watch my dad do the same thing that like he's got to get on. Watching it over and over again, it caused me a lot. Caused me a lot of pain. Caused me a lot of physical pain. But enough. But that was my way to hide from whatever went on in my past. That I've just recently been like talking to a doctor, talking to my husband, and letting things out, and realizing things I didn't remember when I was little. I put away, and that's my whole reason. And I don't want you to doubt me. I don't want you to think that this is forever. This is just my way of filtering out, and I'm going to say this word, the fucking shit that's coming out from growing up. I found him. There he is.
Lexi, are they bothering you? You let me know if they're bothering you, okay?
For the last 20 years.
Well, let me know if they're bothering you, all right?
Well, I'm gonna state a little. Never mind.
What?
Y'all, imagine me having to deal with these two in the same fucking room.
That's true. Bless her heart.
Disease.
Like I never drank. I never partied. I never took part in that world. But I grew up around that 24/7 with my parents. Like they were always hippies and drinking and things like that. So I know I have a lot of childhood situations that are deep within me that make me be the way I am. Like the way I'm like so controlling or so.
I
A
understand.
lot of my behaviors come from trauma.
Absolutely.
And I talked to Lexi about some very personal stuff that she didn't even know, and I don't really talk about a lot of the stuff that I went through in my life, but I am a really good master of disguising and hiding and protecting
Yeah,
myself.
but you
'Cause
need that type of trauma therapy just as much as I do.
Amen.
Like
But my
Devo,
point
we
of
need
saying
help. Somebody help
why do you
us.
think why do you think I just brought that up? Because I think like some people handle it one way to the farthest extreme, the other person handles it a different way, but it's still just as far extreme. It's just a different direction.
Yeah. But I agree with. But that's
So I think like
that's
it's
wrong.
sad that trauma gets us like that and it affects us like it does.
When our mind and body puts it away
Jason,
from you, there's nothing you can do about that until it comes back out. But when it comes back out, it fucking comes back out. There's nothing you can do about it. It just comes back out whether it's right or you're just doing your everyday work or just cleaning the house or something and you remember something. What do you do about that? At that
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can y'all hear her? Is it just me?
Me?
Yeah. Can you hear
That's
Lexi
really
her
hard to
good?
hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah, you're muffled before.
Sorry, I had it sitting on a cup. I'm just saying, like, when your body hides things, your mind hides things, but when it comes back out, there's no way to deal with that. Because it doesn't come back out at an opportune moment. It comes back out whenever the fuck it wants to. Whether you're sleeping, or cleaning the house, working, whatever, it comes to your mind when it comes to your mind. And what do you do about that?
You go to therapy and recovery to learn skills to fill your mind when those things happen.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, like, when it happens, at that time.
We don't know. I
There's
don't
no
know.
way to
I
hide
do not know. I don't have good answers for those situations.
But
That's why I
think
need
it's
someone else to tell me from trial and error.
Okay, so take away like the drinking and the partying part that you guys have done or whatever, but think about how incredible our brains are that we are able to find coping mechanisms or find ways without the bad stuff. Think about how we are able to manipulate ourselves or to trauma, like you manipulate your brain to do things, whatever it is. But like the fact that our natural instinct, our mind protects ourselves sometimes in the most weirdest ways. I think that's really cool, like deep down.
It is. Can you hear me now?
It's sad, but yes.
Yeah.
What?
Can you hear me clear?
No. I'm holding my phone. I would just hold it. I mean, I think it's where you're setting your speaker down flat.
Is that better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, I agree with that because there's a lot of things that I do remember as a child that I put away, and that I just thought, okay, girl, carry on.
Yeah.
But the only way I could carry on was doing things bad to myself.
Like, are you proud, or do you ever talk about the flight or fight response that we naturally have? Have you ever like really thought about that and analyzed it?
Oh yeah, honey. Oh yeah. $13,000 I have spent on myself just going to one clinic, the Anderson Clinic in Cincinnati, about that alone. That's why I hid from everyone. I hid from all of you and moved away because of that.
That's crazy.
Well, there is a third kind, which is freeze, which I do recognize. That's right. Cut US.
And I feel bad because I felt like I was taking the weak choice, I guess. Like hiding away. I didn't drink, I didn't do anything like that. I just hid from everyone. And I thought everything will be okay if I don't go outside. If I just say to myself, I don't do the things that I like to do, then I can't be punished.
What are you thinking, Lexi?
She's mad at me.
I know Lexi so fucking well.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm just very sorry to both of you.
For what?
For hiding, for staying away and not.
Yeah, you have been like little PR.
I'm very sorry.
I'm just glad you're back around. Hello?
It will mean so much to me, and I turned my back, and I did, and
Well, I don't think that, even though your family was closer than all of ours, I definitely don't think that any of us had really great examples of just community in our families, let alone in the people around us. So I don't.
that's why I had no business doing that.
I think you did the best with what you had. And if I have to give that grace to other people, and I'm surely going to give that grace to you, you know.
And I mean, also, you showed up for Lexi's finale. I'll tell you, like, I don't think not one person in this world that's in your life thought you would show up to that.
And no one thought you were going to come.
That is not a Nomi character.
The only reason I ever have been that person to back out of things is just because of the way I was talked to. Not by my mother, you know that. But the way my dad talked to me took a lot out of me. Took the wind out of my sails day after day after day. And I still, to this day, hear that same thing. Every time I wake up in the morning, I wake up with anxiety.
Such a dag, because you're the person that literally like put wind into my sails in the first place. My sails wouldn't have set in sail without you going in the back of them. And to hear that the person that originally gave you that type of feeling, like eventually was going to took it away from you, and you were just cool, yeah.
Into you, I wish I had. I put into you the feeling that I wish I had in myself.
Yeah.
It was all fake, honey. You believed in your true love.
Yeah.
And look what you
Can I
did.
just say, from like this point of view, from my point of view, so I was married with a kid and raising a child, playing Betty Crocker and Susie Homemaker at the same time, and then I would go to the bar, or I would go to Nomi's house and hang out with her or whatever like that, make costumes, whatever. But and then I was meeting Lexi and getting to know her and all that stuff like that. But like I was in the position of running a nightclub, running a bar, trying to be somebody and accomplish something for my goals, where I was told I would never be nothing besides poor white trash that I was told I always was. And then here I am in a position where I'm running.
Feel.
Huh?
That's how I still feel. Because like
Well, I think
people know that too, and I'm just like,
Both of you for thinking that. No, never, ever.
Well,
The
let me
heart
finish my
that
part.
is in both of you is so incredible.
Yeah, but so imagine me though. So I'm running a nightclub. I'm packing a bar every single weekend. I'm giving Lexi a place to work, to make money, to survive. I'm giving you money, like Nomi, because at that point, I think your dad, if I'm not mistaken, around the time your grandma passed away, your mom passed. I think you were just coming to terms to that in some kind of way, and I'm supplying work for you. So I'm trying to keep the float the ship like moving, and
And
I'm
you do it.
watching all these things happen, and I'm trying my hardest to get Nomi to show up to the booking. I'm having to try to get Lexi to show up to the booking,
What?
and then there was a lot of times you didn't show
Kitty.
up.
I
Okay,
know.
but I mean, but from my perspective, I was trying so hard to be a support system. I was trying so hard to be a boss. I was trying so hard to be someone. I was trying to make sure I had something to offer to you guys so that you could live and pay and survive. And then Nomi disappears, Lexi disappears, and I'm stuck with fucking Billy Bob and fucking whoever the hell else. But yeah, I
Don't do
believed in both
that.
of you, and I
Don't do
still believe in
that.
both of you.
I can explain I can explain it.
Fine, Jessica. You're welcome.
For what?
For Billy Bob and you know who. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
She's
can I explain myself? Can I explain myself?
Well, do you understand my point of my story? Do you know
Oh,
what I'm trying to say?
absolutely, absolutely.
So like, but my career, I want y'all to know this.
Absolutely. That's
I
right.
want y'all to know, like, my career started with me and Nomi being like partners. We were business partners. She was like,
I was gonna say sexual.
I was, no, I was, what?
We never
No.
were scissor sisters.
We actually never ever did anything like
We
that ever,
slept in the
even
same
even with
bed,
another
and
person.
she would get so mad at me for farting, honey. I would be in the middle of the night. I would be sleeping.
We all get mad
Listen.
at you farting, okay?
Jessica and my husband both on separate occasions said, "You fart in your sleep." I'm like, no, I don't. Honey, she would
Oh, yes,
slap
you
me
did.
awake in the middle of the night and be like, get out of the bed.
But I'm just saying, like, Nomi was I was the energy and I was the motor, and I'm psychotic, as y'all know. I have like this thought process, a way of thinking, and I even if I know I can't do something in my brain, I think I can do anything in the world, like I can
Absolutely.
accomplish whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
That's
but
the
Nomi was my
schizophrenia.
support system. Nomi was my like rock. And so when I started like the Spicy Divas and getting to show the pipeline, like Nomi was in that meeting having those conversations with me. She was my partner. And a lot of times I would start something or do something and Nomi would like give up on it, or she would like not show up to it. So I was left without that partner that was my backbone in a lot of things. And then oh no, just both of you play such an increment or such a gigantic part, yes, into making things happen for me. And I'm grateful for both of you, but also like,
What's
yeah,
that?
it sucks over here
It's a
in this.
belly for me. This should be like here. It should be back to here.
It will be, girl. A couple farts
This is
and a
size
deuce.
6 now. I'm done for. There's no runway.
Lexi, all you have to do honestly is use the bathroom one time and you're back to size 2.
Right, have you a good old shit, honey.
Why, thank you.
I understand where you're
Which I
saying.
gotta take a
You know,
shot.
a lot of people saw my relationship with my father differently.
Do you understand what it's like to be in my seat though? Is what my point of my question was. Like Lexi, know me. Do you understand what it's like to set in my position?
No, because I've never like hosted a city. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I ever could understand it at that level. But I think like the closest to anybody else that could, yes. You know what I mean?
The
But
only thing I can do is
I'm just pointing
explain
out that
myself.
I'm just pointing out that from my perspective, I don't have a sobriety issue. I don't have an addiction to
Oh
that.
no, you do.
part.
You have an addiction to sobriety. You do. You have the same. You have the same issue, but it's just you
Oh, I-
apply
No,
it
hold
in
on.
a different way. You're
It is
like on the
to
other side of the
sobriety. It is to sobriety for a really good fucking
spectrum. So
reason.
you're like
I understand that reason.
it's like a big
It's
thing
also
versus
too-
it's just you're sober. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's you're adamant about sobriety like somebody that came from recovery. Not like
Amen.
somebody that is just sober. Because somebody that's just
And it's
sober, don't
because-
even talk about it because it's not a thing.
I think it's because I'm truly an addict. I think I came from that, and I think if I did do it, I would be.
But your
So I
addiction,
never did it.
your addiction has made you who you are. And your addiction hasn't anything to do with the substance. It has to do with spotlight and success.
No.
No.
She has like an addiction to being sober and using that like as like a tool versus.
I
it just
agree with that,
being
but
sober
she
life.
has another addiction.
My
which
addiction,
is to
honestly,
be
is that
a
I
success.
cannot be poor.
That's a success.
That's it.
bitch.
I cannot be homeless and be
No,
poor.
Mary, we live in America. This is a what kind of country?
A shit country.
Well, yeah, that too. But no, we are a capitalist country. Your addiction is
Again,
to not
I don't
be
think
poor,
we are anymore.
is to be a success, and you have fucking got that together, Mary.
Not all the way. That's why I'm on here every fucking day.
I know.
Getting yelled at by Lexi.
Well, hold
why
on,
are you
hold
on
on.
fucking TikTok every night? I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I can't stop. My brain will
I
not
understand
stop.
that. Why do you think my
I've
father
been
and I
fucking
had no
thousands of
relationship?
shows performing 24 fucking
That's
7.
all
for-
he wanted to do was make money. That's it. Never be home,
Well-
never talk to me, never do anything. That was his thing. But you
No.
know how to balance it. You still have time for other people. You still have time for your family. Right?
Yes.
Fuck it up, bitch. That's what you're doing. And I love it. I wish I had that. The only thing I can do is be scared and try to figure out how to hide from being afraid.
True. Now this is a fucking TED Talk if you want to watch one.
Girl, but we're not standing up. We don't have cute dresses on, and we're not walking around on fucking stage.
Well, you have a cute dress on. I know that
I
dress,
feel like
and
when
I also.
Nomi talks like this though, it's because Nomi, you're like this is like you're playing good cop bad cop on yourself right now, and using like some reverse psychology to where it's like I'm faulting myself. You don't have to. And what you're faulting yourself for is not really like what you're faulting yourself for because you're not afraid of people knowing. You don't like being confronted with it once people know. But people know you don't give a shit. You're very proud, drunk. We walked. You know what I mean? Like that's not because that's not the problem. Because you're a great time when you drink. Like you shouldn't feel bad about that. I think that you should be honest with yourself, though. I just think you just don't want to. You're not afraid of it. You just don't want to.
I promise I do. I do. When I came down here, I moved here 6 years ago. And you can ask my husband how long I went without drinking at all.
If you wanted to, you would have. That's literally when I was leaving. They were like, "You." I probably shouldn't tell you this, but you don't necessarily need a rehab clinic. They said you need to go home and tell yourself, "I'm not going to do this anymore," and then not do it. And I was like, "Okay, heard." Like I did with the meth. Got it. Heard. I think I can do that. Like it was very okay. Well, duh. You also.
I'm going to tell a story that I have not told.
You have been down that road, girl. You
Right.
need to be like
But there's another road that y'all don't know about. And
that
it's
road is a path less taken, and it is a road for your therapist that will work this out. You can figure all this out. And
I
then
know,
we
but
can
can I
go
tell you this story?
Folly.
Which neither
Yeah,
of you
tell
know
us.
about me. Neither of you know about this.
Mob sales involved.
When my mother passed away, I was having a horrible time, of course, and I refused to drink because I did not drink. I didn't drink for 10 years. And what did my dad give me? But a pain pill to help me fall asleep. That pain pill was Oxycontin.
No, that's all he knew.
Be careful.
That's
No, be
old
careful.
school.
This is TikTok, so be careful.
It was we'll call it a fart stick. So, until I moved down here, and my mother passed away 2011, whole time, every day. Powder my nose with the money. Every day.
There you go. And you don't do that anymore, and you're able to do that yourself. So you can do this as well yourself.
But here, this is
It's like the
my
easy way out to be like, oh, I'm blaming the success of this.
no. This is
on
my
this
it's my spoiled ass self. I don't want to feel like shit.
But you feel like
And
shit.
you have to. So you can
I
choose to either
know.
do it now, or you can just sit around
I
and be
don't want to
afraid
feel like
of it,
shit.
and
I don't
then
want to
you
feel like
still
shit.
feel that way.
I
Guess
don't
what?
But you feel like
You're
shit.
still gonna have to feel that way. You're
let
still gonna
alone
have to
a
go through
week
that.
of feeling like shit.
That's gonna still happen though, because you're still gonna get sober at some point. Even when you're like old and decrepit, either you're gonna be like in a hospital and they're gonna be like, "Hey, old lady, in the home, we have to get you sober now because you're not getting any higher," and you're like, "Fuck, that'll happen." So you need to either choose to do it yourself now, or let someone else do it for you. But you're
Well,
not
you
gonna
remember when
like
you
it.
helped me the last time?
Yeah, and then you remember it working. This is on you. You can do it. You.
I promise the three people that are most important to me right now, you, and my husband, I will do it. But you can't get mad at me when I say I'm doing it for you all and not myself.
See, no, that's your escape. You can't get mad at me. Stop
What?
saying that. We
You're
can
not
get mad at you.
doing it for anybody else
Well,
but
I'm
you.
not. No, I'm saying you can't get mad at me when I say I'm doing it for you all and not myself.
Well, then you're not
No,
really.
because you can't. If you do it for us, then you're not going to stay sober. You're lying to us.
Words. Preach.
Where the hell do I get off deserving to do it for myself?
You don't necessarily deserve it. You have to pretend and trick yourself. I just tricked myself to believe that I deserved anything after my mom taught me that I deserved shit my whole life. So we have to teach ourselves new things, my darling. Ones that people told us were never true.
Look, hold on. Look what
I
you
can
all
tell you
have.
guys a secret
Look what
about
y'all have
Nomi.
done. Look what y'all have done. For real.
Can I tell you
What
all a
have
secret
I
about
done?
Nomi? Nomi is a master.
I was doing this because of you. Like, if you had not done things, I would not be in the position I'm in. Girl, wake up.
Nomi is so strategically smart with every word, and it's. Is she?
It's annoying sometimes because I'm just
But if
sitting
you
there
can,
like
but if you can get her to walls to come down, and she like stops
the
using.
smoke in the
She
mirrors.
has, like, so. This is what Nomi does, for example. If she would let the walls down, the guard down for a second, and she would stop using the same strategic moves to manipulate her way out of something, we actually can get somewhere. And that's where I always butt heads with Nomi whenever we have talks about like sobriety or about her not drinking or being sober. But there's moments where I get a glimpse of it. I'm like, okay, we're moving, and then she'll say the same things like, "I'm doing this for you guys, not for me." And then I'm like, well, we just wasted all this time because it has to be for you in order for you to do it for us.
Uh-huh.
Am I wrong? Or am I close?
You're not wrong.
And then like so.
No, you're not. I'm just kidding. I literally don't know who should I tell yes to. My two moms are sitting on here being like, I mean, yes, you both are right.
This is the and this might sound like another excuse, but this is the person that my father designed me to be. When someone comes at you with anything, cover it up.
So how much longer are you going to bring him up? How much longer are you going to let him control parts of your life that he refuses to be in?
I want to raise my hand because I was in Nomi's life as an 18-year-old kid, and I got to watch everything. I got to see some really magical moments between her and her dad, and I think that I'm gonna call a little bullshit, but I'm not doing it in a way to disrespect you or to hurt you. I'm doing it in a way to help you find your correct footing to get where you're going to go if you're trying to really go there. But I don't think your dad was as bad as you're making him out to. Yes, your dad is bad, yes, but there was moments where there was really good. But I think there's a moment where you have to think about yourself and how you handle things sometimes too. Everything is not about your dad. It's about you too, being accountable.
No, I agree. I didn't know how to handle one day being spoiled to death, everything being fine and lovely. And then the next day, everything that I did was wrong. Everything that being myself was wrong. One day, paid for my hormones, everything's fine. The next day, I'm not going to say those words. You know, it was, Dane got to see it living in the house with us, at my parents' house after my mom passed away, and we were working on the other house.
Yeah, but wasn't he like old and losing his mind at that point?
No, honey, he is still just fine.
He's not, though.
I disagree. I remember Tom
He wasn't
being
when I was around. He was
electrifying
already.
and being. When I met Tom, he was on his A game. He was a hard worker. He was so proud of his son. I remember
Oh,
him having conversations about his son in ways that I'm talking about past tense person, not this person today. So I'm talking about because I was Jesse before, I was a boy
But
before, I was
he
someone's son
raised me
before.
as a trans woman. He's the one who paid for my transition. He's the one who
Yeah,
paid for
yes.
hormones,
But
everything.
I'm talking about the old 18, 19, 20-year-old people that we once
Oh, yeah.
were. In that moment, he was so proud to be the father of his son, and he bragged about him so heavily. And I do remember when you transitioned, and he was even proud of you then, as you just stated. So there is so many good things about him that an abuser could be bad at times, and he gets blamed for that part. I get that part. But I don't think that he is fully 100% responsible for every single detail to why you stand in the shoes you stand in today.
No, absolutely
Sometimes it
not.
takes your
No.
own accountability to be there.
No. It's not. It's the way I've handled the deaths in my family. It's the way that I've handled how he has been to me, which I should have been the person that he made me to be much stronger. That's why he treated me the way that he did. So that I wouldn't end up hurt like he was because of his family. But I'm not as strong. I've learned more defense than I have offense. I've learned to hide myself and to cushion myself more than I have to make myself successful. That makes sense.
I think that you say your dad because most people don't know the situation, and so it's an easy. Oh, but I had an easy out too. Like I'm not like. That sounds shitty, but
She needs to work on it, but the reason why she came down here is because I pulled her away from Tom. He has his issues. When I first came down from the outside, this man was laying on the couch ready to die. His daughter was traumatized, and he fed her a bunch of pills. Used
that makes sense though. Like this makes sense.
Yeah, keep her at bay and keep her there. And I said enough is enough. I cleaned her up, and I got his ass off that sofa. He got himself new teeth. I showed him how to live life without his wife. And I taught him also that he can't be saying certain things to his daughter every day. Like, you just buried your wife and you want to talk about inappropriate stuff.
So what do you think the real issue is then, Dane? If it's not really her dad, what do you think the real issue is?
She does have trauma from all the childhood stuff.
Yeah. But I have accumulated trauma too. I have like 10 things that like really are like contributing to my addiction problem.
Here's the thing. You are correct. You are correct. She is very defensive, and that comes from childhood trauma. And I had an argument saying, no, you're gonna have to sit here. It's not about you. Because she wants to turn it around. She's strategic with her words. I've been with her 15 years. Like, I worked with the intelligence community. You're not going to trick me. You can play all the games you want. I let you play them a little bit, but I'm done. You're going to sit down and you're going to listen. And I said, yeah. I could tell you horrible stories. And I try to tell her some stuff. And you know what she does? I don't want to hear it. I stop. Like, no, you're going to hear the stuff I did. The drugs I took. And then why I woke up and said, I don't need any of this shit anymore. I don't drink. I'm not an alcoholic, but I don't drink because I know a lot of alcoholics and they don't like it, and I'm not gonna do it.
I will say this: I miss my dad very much.
But she needs to talk.
It's very evident.
Bury whatever it is.
Can we
You're pulling yourself over missing your dad.
Pause for 1 second, you guys. Can we just pause for 1 second? Listen, 1 second. We should never compare traumas. Each person is different, so let's make sure we don't overstep that boundary.
Trauma. Yeah, no one's
okay. No. He doesn't mean he's not saying it that way.
No, I'm speaking to Lexi, myself. No, I'm speaking to each one of us, not him directly. I'm talking about all of us.
To her trauma. And like I think like I don't think like it's evident. He talks about it being a relative to her dad. She is saying there is a traumatic experience that occurred with her dad.
before this came about because she had a different way of going about it. Like all of the signs point to that. If it quacks and if it swims and if it's a duck, if it's a duck.
It's a fucking duck.
Okay, it's a fucking
It,
duck.
see, and I said, if this is where a lot, you need to talk to him, as in you need to write him a letter, or you need to go up there and talk to him. You need to say whatever you got to say.
What does the recovery program tell you about this? You need to like release. You don't. You
Yeah.
don't. You already
Yeah.
tried
Isn't that step
You already
4?
tried.
Isn't that step 4?
You gotta
Amends?
release.
I have called him, literally,
Which one
I
is
have
that?
called him so many times.
Stop. There's no more calling him. Stop it.
He won't talk to me.
No shit.
He
He
will
release
talk to you.
him. Release him. You have to let him go. If you're not gonna, if you want, like, you gotta move on.
Can I raise my
Yeah,
hand?
that's why I brought her down here. This is a new start. He's not here.
He will
And
talk
she
to her,
is
but she
obsessing
has to-
over him there.
Yeah, and I keep on telling her to stop it. It's not doing any good. And
Well,
That's
take
right.
her back. Take her back. Move her right next door if she wants to obsess. Give her something to
Can we-
obsess over.
No, I think that we're skipping a part. I think that we're not realizing that Nomi is.
Let Jessica talk.
No, I just think I think we're skipping something that is important that Nomi is trying to say, and that what he's trying to say, and then what we're all trying to say. I think that the reason why it's so big about Tom is that's the last living main person in her life. She's lost her mom and her dad, mom and her grandma. Her
Totally
dad's
agree.
the last one left. All kinds of trauma has happened. They both have hurt each other. They both are bruised. They both are hurt. But Nomi really wants her dad. That's the true thing. So no matter what happened, no matter how it happened, no matter how much her husband has tried to save her, he cannot. In this situation, unfortunately, the husband, myself, and Lexi were enablers a lot for Nomi, and we cannot be people who are going to give in or make an excuse for her. Her addiction, her problems are her problems, and she has to be accountable for them. Also, the trauma that she's went through, we all have to hear it and allow that to be, something she stands on, without giving her the let her use the manipulation tactics that she uses on us all the time. But also, the main thing, the big message I think we're trying to hear is that she wants to talk to her dad.
But well, the main thing she's telling you is, I drink when I'm sad, and I'm sad because of my dad. That is not, she doesn't need, she needs to worry about her and her success and her life. Her
Yeah.
dad,
You
shouldn't tell
if
her
Mommy
what to
exists
do,
right
though.
here. Her dad has to come to her and her life and what she's got going on. She cannot be going to people right now. She needs to focus on her. This is what they told me. This is my thing. I need to worry about Lexi right here. And Lexi, I can't be trying to worry about you and you and you and you. I can't do any of that. I have to focus on me and stay safe in that, and finally find confidence in that, which I don't have. I don't have it all. I'm looking for it though, and it's gonna take a while. You have to do this for a year, girl. And
I
just
agree,
be
but-
focused on you.
I haven't seen
I
my
agree,
folks
but
in
it's a-
5 years to show her. It's easy. It's easy.
It's not
I miss
easy.
them. I love them. Oh,
It's I understand it's a different obsession because you've lived so intertwined with them your entire life. It is
I
something that
disagree
you're
with
not
this
used
whole
to. You have to do it.
conversation.
But Jessica, you're not a part of recovery, and you don't have that same input.
You just said I am a
with
part
the
of
topic.
recovery, so am I not
I
a part
know.
of it?
I
I'm a part
said
of it.
that you do also have an addiction, which is your sobriety.
So okay, so but I've never been in that
You
situation.
should
where I
do
also
some type of
know
recovery as well. I think.
the message that I think that we're all just not listening to. We're all talking, and she's not. She misses her dad, and she wants her dad. She doesn't have to have him.
Correct.
We don't have. She doesn't have to get him tomorrow
Yeah,
or
but
5
she's
years
gonna
from
have
now.
to let go of that, and guess what? If her dad's
doesn't
gonna
let go
come
of
back
it.
to her
She doesn't
life,
let-
he's gonna come back on his own. If he
She
loves
doesn't let go of
something,
it. If she loves her dad and she misses her dad, we all should hear it and stop
we,
talking about
and
it.
and
Stop
I
making
love
excuses
and
about
I
it and let her have
I
it.
know that, but I love Barney the dinosaur as well, and I really found comfort in him sometimes. So that does not mean that I'm going to be able to go back to those moments. That's like a part in the past that you can't go back to. He's not the same person he was then. So even
No,
the
I hear you, and
relationship
I'm
she
fighting
can
for
create-
that part inside
Oh
you.
my God!
I hear you.
I
and
hear
love
you, but I'm not saying I don't hear you. That's the part that you're not understanding.
I do
She
understand
needs
that. I know
to
she's
work
not
on
going to get
her
it.
before she can do the work
I'm
on
in the
them.
middle of both of you, honestly, because I want the dad that I had back before. And I know that's not him. Because after my mother passed away, that person, I don't know. I don't know who he is now. But I want that person back. I know that if I did talk to him again, if I was around him again, it would not be comfortable. It
Right.
would most likely not be acceptable at all.
It would stress you
Amen.
out, and you would drink more because you're stressed out about it going one way or the other. That's what I would do.
The only thing I just
would
was
sleep
like,
it out.
if someone would go, like, if I had someone that would just go talk to him on the occasion, just to make sure he's okay. Because one thing he told me
But
is,
he's living
hold,
his own life.
hold on,
You have to do the
hold
same.
the motherfucker on. He said this to me, and he said this to Dane. She took care of her mother. She took care of her grandmother and her great grandmother. No matter what happens to me, she will not take care of me. I'm not putting her through that. And this whole time he said her. He said, I'm not going to let her give time of her life to take care of me until I die. I'm not
And
doing that to her like the rest
You
of
need to
them.
listen to him.
I just want to make sure the fucker's all right.
He's all right. He literally told you, leave me alone. I'm all right. I don't want you to worry about me. And you're like, no. And now you're like, I'm getting drunk because I don't know.
Her,
No,
her
what are
own
you talking
father,
about?
she missed the point at what Tom did. He didn't do it out of hate because there was nothing after.
No, that's not out of hate at all. That's out of love.
Out of our legal thing, when we were done, there was no issue. It was come on down, everything's gonna be fine. Tom cut her out to say, you are safe now. You have a man that loves you. You have a house. You're safe. Live your life. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. That's all he was trying to say. Live your life.
I
Don't-
felt like I was thrown away.
How? Give me one example.
He just turned his back on me. Like,
No, he didn't.
Cleaning.
But he didn't.
Cleaning.
He didn't turn his back on you.
yeah, I'm cleaning.
You wouldn't let him go. Even if he tried, you wouldn't
No.
let him go. So he
Not
had
It
to,
doesn't
you're
sound
done.
like he turned his back on you, though.
he had to do it. He had to do it in his own way that he knows how his daughter is, and that's how he had to do it.
I think that this is your grieving still, and you're just grieving your dad changing from the old dad. So I get that. I totally get that. I love you. I totally. That makes sense. But what are you gonna do about it now? Now that you like have this information, now that you like, let's say you were oblivious to this, okay, 10 minutes ago, and now you're like light bulb ding, because like some of us, we're new listeners, so we didn't know. What would you like now with that information? How do you move forward? Like if it's related to him, and you know that there might be different interpretations of your guys' final interactions, and that, as we know, going through recovery, 90% of our thoughts are our brain like overcompensating and trying to come up with the other like possibilities of things that could happen, when really the only 10% of your thoughts are the truth and things that are actually aligned with like normal sober thinking. So thinking about that, the 10% of your thoughts that happen when you're thinking about this subject, do you think that maybe there is a little bit of clarity on like maybe your relationship with him and what you can do to move forward? Because I think that you have all the tools.
The only way I can explain it to myself and have myself accept it is to lie to myself and tell myself that he doesn't accept me for who I am. When I know that's a lie, I know that's a lie, but that's the only way that I can accept that he wants nothing to do with it.
He just wants you not to see him die and fall apart and grow old.
That is
Like you
not
had to
his
watch your
fucking
mom.
choice.
Like you had to watch
That
your
is
mom.
not his choice.
It is.
Honey, you haunched my mother,
It's
you made a baby.
It's his choice.
It's
his
that's what
choice.
you don't understand.
It's not
He-
his
it's
choice.
your. It was.
I
It
am
was your choice to disappear into the middle of nowhere and run out of our lives.
Well, it's
You can't say that.
it is what it. Well,
I
you
know, but no.
But don't you think that you're doing the same thing as your dad did to us? You disappeared, ran off, and became whatever, and we had no say in it. Or you're doing the same thing. So do you like? So like, if you want people to treat you differently, you have to act differently. You can't do the same thing as him.
You're right.
No, I mean, your feelings are valid. I want you to
Yeah,
know
they
that
are.
I love you.
But you kind of did the same thing.
I did. I'm sorry.
But wait, no, wait, listen. Your feelings are valid. How you feel is okay. Nobody can tell you how to feel. Nobody can get in your head when it comes to your
No.
dad.
No.
Lexi, your husband, myself, we do not know your inner feelings or wants or needs when it comes to your dad. We can tell you all day what we feel and how to think and
Yes,
try to help
we
you,
watched
but
it.
we
You have the
cannot.
exact relationship with the dad that we have all dreamt of having our entire lives. I can tell you exactly what the relationship is like. And that's why it's got to be so hard. But if you're the one that taught me how to like be, but you taught me how to be a survivor. How dare you not be a survivor? This is like, this is your golden hour. Like and you're sitting in gold lighting. It's almost too much. It's like a smoothie scene.
Nomi, even though you want a relationship with your dad, it could be something that is like in the future. It doesn't have to be happening at this exact moment. That want and that desire is never going to fade, no matter what we say. You want your dad in your life. You love him. You miss him. You miss the old him that you knew, and it's hard to let go, and you don't have to let go. But at this moment, I think what's most important is you have to fix yourself. And I think once you fix yourself and you get better, I think the blessing that's going to come is there'll be something that will happen between you and your dad. It could be his funeral. It could be seeing him. I don't know what it's going to be. I can't tell you what year or whatever it is. It could be whatever happens when it comes to you and your dad's story. It could be
Nothing
you guys have a
also, and that can be
conversation,
okay.
but it could
You
be.
have
It
to still
also
accept that.
it
If
also
you let
could be in a year from now you all have a sit down dinner and you talk. Whatever it is that you feel like your dad, it doesn't have to be a no. It doesn't have to be a yes. But whatever you feel, it's valid, and don't let go of it.
let go of it, it's gonna
I don't
control
think
you
she needs to let
forever.
go of it.
I want to be able to let go of it,
Okay.
but I just don't know how.
But
You
she
have it has starts with you. It starts
won't,
getting sober.
won't listen to me. Will you all tell her like there's a man that came in this world traumatized. He's been through some horrible stuff. Just listen to him. He'll tell you how to do it. It's hard. It took me a long time to do it, but you can do it. You become a better person.
Yeah.
I can't believe this person right here has put up with me. Well, get over here. Saying, talking about a fucking wallpaper sconce. Get over here. This
The puzzle piece.
right here has put up with me for almost 16
Just
years.
making sure you're not asleep. Because if people do sleep live, Lexi, is making sure you're not asleep. That's all.
Ew, that's weird. Why do people sleep on here? What is this?
They do it
What
all
is
the
that
time.
for?
Honey,
They do
I
24-hour
have seen
streams.
70 people sleeping and farting on here.
It's horrible. But they'll do that to make sure it ends. Is to stop you from sleep lives.
Like
Um,
Lexi, when you offered like, hey, go to treatment, you're the only other person. You're the only other person besides me that told her. Like, I sent her out to California to show her, like, I'm going to be here, no matter how long you're gone. I'm going to be here. And then if you need to go and professional help talk about your trauma, like see a certain doctor, that's fine. Yeah, I'll be here.
I mean, she needs to do intensive trauma therapy. I think we all three of us do. We are a trifecta. We're the Bermuda Triangle of trauma. Like, whether we want to be or not, that's not even, like, it's not our bad juju. Like, that's the one thing I've realized. Like, it's not even my fault that I have all this bad trauma. Like,
I think it would help us all get it out if we
I
all
was a
did
bad
it.
person, and I'm not.
Because, honey, if I'm in a room with one other person that I don't know, it's not coming out.
Yeah, it is. Because you need to let it, like, you have to decide.
I've had 3 different, exquisitely
It doesn't matter. It's
expensive doctors.
no, me.
talk
You just
about
did.
it.
You just did your manipulation tactic. You just did all. You do all the time. Stop doing that right there. You just did it.
You're
Don't
like
say I'm
you're
not.
giving excuses.
That doesn't work anymore.
It's
It doesn't
only
work
for
anymore.
you. You're not convincing me. You're not convincing Jessica. You're
It doesn't work for
convincing
me. It doesn't work
yourself
for
that
Lexi.
you
It
don't
doesn't work for
wanna
your
go.
husband.
That's crazy.
So, will you try to say that one more time in a different way?
I would rather do it all together.
Okay, we hear you. But
That's
now, If that doesn't work, though, it has to be you by yourself with a therapist that you can learn how to trust, or
But yeah,
someone
you have
that's
to be alive to go through therapy to come out the other side of it. For us all to be sober at the same time as well, we would all need to. So no matter what, I think if we're able to go through the recovery process together or not, we all still should do it because we all still want to be sober together. Oh,
I'll fucking do it.
uh-huh. Well then,
Trauma feeds trauma. That's what I've been telling her. Trauma.
but that's the thing, like that's my problem right now. Like I am out of a certain situation and now I'm like, well, now I know need all this trauma therapy. So if I don't get it, I am going to get triggered and I am going to fall back into some kind of cycle, whether I want to or not. So I need to do the therapy to get out of this, to get off this roller coaster ride. Like I need to get off of this specific ride. I want to keep on the ride of life, but I don't want to be on this ride anymore. I don't know what's going on.
When I watched you at the drag show, I said, I only hear what I see on like TV or something. I said, this girl's got trauma. I could see it. I know exactly what I see. I had the same thing. I say she has trauma. Like
Yeah.
she needs to work on some of the. And I'm glad you admitted to it. This one needs to admit it. This one needs.
It's like EMDR,
Talk to herself.
hypnosis therapy that they do, and they like run you through your childhood memories that you've blocked out, and they force you to relive them and like rip things out of the bottom of your soul to where you can finally process
There's
it.
open in town that does that.
You can finally process it and let go of it. But you have to do the other. You have to do the other therapeutic work that builds up to that. You can't just jump into doing that. You might.
No, I know. I'm just saying there's a new place here in town that is open doing that. And they keep telling me, get your shit together and come in here.
We need somebody that's offering 3 trans girls trauma therapy at a wellness center in the not in the United States, anywhere outside of the United States.
Norway.
Okay, I was thinking Fiji.
Oh, well, yeah.
Turks and Caicos. Is there a recovery program in Turks and Caicos that would like to reach out to
Ooh,
us?
Turks and Caicos, bitch. Yes.
Yes.
Go on, honey. Wouldn't that be lovely?
That would be lovely. No, literally, we need a therapeutic trauma therapy wellness center. So, if anybody out there is watching, we've got some watchers, some viewers, watchers. God, I'm such a millennial. So for the viewers out there, anybody that you know that has been to recovery or a recovery center or a wellness center, specifically a trauma therapy wellness center, let me know about it because a girl needs some help in here. 3 girls, 3. Well, it depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at my license, you might not think so. But if you're looking at me, I could trick you.
Mine too, Shag.
Australia has some very good options. Bam.
Nomi,
Yes, ma'am.
are you okay with us setting a boundary with you when you do the manipulation moves that we can say you're doing it? Try that one. Try to say it differently. Are you not okay with that?
No, I'm okay with that. Mom was the same way with me.
I've been wanting to talk to you girls, like privately, about this one. You haven't seen her for X amount of years. She got new tricks. Okay.
No, they're old tricks.
She has some new ones. And
I don't know I'm fucking doing it. I get scared and that's my way out.
she don't even want to hear my
Don't
trauma.
even get scared. You just don't want to.
She's got so much trauma. She don't even want to hear my trauma or anybody else's trauma. And then she
Listen, there should be a AMC MGM Hollywood blockbuster about our trauma. And it would be the most sickening, scary movie of the season. Let me tell you what. It would be hers, and then it would be the sequel, and then it'd be the third. And it'd be like the final cut, like whatever. But the trauma is extensive. And so is our drinking. Let's end it all.
I don't
end it all. You
I
like
don't do anything anymore. I'm completely sober. She didn't let me dip it. I quit dipping. Why? Because it would kill you. So I did that for her. Like, okay,
Well,
I won't die.
hold on. The reason I said that is because I said I've had enough loss.
I need a new
You
therapist.
cannot leave me. I said I have to be the one that goes first.
Like, girl, so what is the new excuse?
You cannot leave me.
Nomi,
So
that I call that differently. That's your manipulation tactic right there.
Yeah. It doesn't, and I've been showing her like I could do it. I cut all this out. I'm a traumatized person. She knows some of my stories, like, but I don't go run to the bottle. I don't go run and grab pills. I don't. I actually try to talk about it. Wow, blow your mind. Sometimes just talking about it and
But
getting it.
like Naomi has said, she said, as soon as I don't know you like that, or as soon as I don't have that comfortability, I'm lock and key. And that's then something you have to work out through therapy. That's why you need therapy. That is a telltale sign that you need therapy, mom. Like, go to therapy.
Hey, girl, it's no.
How do I get it out? How do I say it?
With a therapist. You
I
will
don't
want
fucking
to
know
tell
them.
them.
I'd rather tell you all about it.
Yeah, but we don't want to hear about it.
But no, but you can manipulate us. You trick us. You
No,
manipulate
that's
us
the
and
thing,
you
like,
trick us.
It's not for us. Like
A
that's
therapist is not going to let you manipulate them like you do us. You already know how. When I was with you in California, I was with you every second when I was with
Here
you.
for
I
this
didn't. We did not
conversation.
separate one time besides when
Like,
Lexi
we
came
weren't
home. You disappeared for a couple hours. You are a master manipulator, especially with people that you let in and that you let. So it needs someone that you cannot manipulate.
Well, no, I think that you can manipulate anybody. That's the beauty of knowing. But I think that you have to not want to. You know what I mean? You have to genuinely want this person to know your real trauma and actually want them to help you. Like that's the hardest
I
part.
think it would be better if we all did it together.
You're not
Because
gonna
there's
feel
not
that way about every
anybody on
therapist.
earth. I
I
can't.
told her. I told her I already got a bag
It's
packed.
like them.
I already got a go bag.
It's okay if you don't like the therapist. You can get a new
That's
one.
why she
But
wants
if
to
you don't
talk
like
to
him, you
us
can get a
and
new
not a
one.
therapist because she can't
But
manipulate them.
No, that is not true. No. The thing. I want there to be a therapist.
Just breathe. It's all right.
Am I paused? What's wrong?
You're good. I hear you.
Okay.
You had a text coming. That's why. Just
Oh.
breathe for a second. Hey.
No, I think if we had a therapist and all three of us in the room, I would be able to get it out. I would. But if it's a therapist, I'm going to manipulate. They don't fucking know me.
But you can't manipulate them. They're
You have
strangers.
to want. Okay, but you have to.
Oh, honey, I can't.
Oh my god.
I've had
Then
since
you
I
don't
was
want their
3 years old.
help.
They heard whatever the fuck that I wanted them to hear.
She's starting to dissociate a little bit. So what you have to do is be a little bit stern with her. You know what dissociation is? Yeah. So she has it max. Like I spent years watching her at night, you know, from walking out in the street barefoot in the glass, because she drove cars like that, like totally disassociated. Like she didn't even know she was driving on the highway. Like I took care of her. Like, and I'm telling you, like she needs to talk to somebody because it's gotten too bad.
Yeah.
Let's admit that to herself. And she checks out and she forgets stuff, but we're not trying to be mean. It's being stern, like, because you got to hear us. You got to be grounded. You have to hear
But
us.
you have to find one of these people that you're not going to for because you have to or because you just trust them. You have to find somebody that you're like, I actually want to unload some of this baggage so my heart doesn't feel so heavy anymore. Like you have to trust somebody. But
I
that's
cannot
like
talk to a man. I do not trust men.
no one asked you to.
But women.
This is her manipulating. Look at it. Watch her. Watch her.
Yeah.
Watch her walk.
You don't have to.
Fuck.
I know. I gave her 3 pages long of all female doctors at all the hospitals that
I
specialize
wouldn't know
in
me to-
healthcare. So she can't pull this stuff anymore.
I want to.
I wouldn't know me to just say. I wouldn't know me to just say if I could literally pick how she said if I could help her, I would say no. Just please say this. I want help. I don't care how I get it. Just please help me. That's all I need.
I
That's
want
it.
help.
Is that
I want
easy?
help. I do want help. I don't care how I get it. I don't want it to be a man. But I
You
want.
don't get to set a boundary with that. You don't get to say what you want, how you want
Better
it.
be a fucking old man. Nobody who can take control over me. No, but no.
You literally have let
Lexi,
What,
don't even
bitch?
do it.
What?
Don't do it.
Say it. Say it.
you've let someone take over you that literally left you peacefully and was like, go be free. I cannot.
Who?
You need to go to trauma therapy and get done with this. You can get back to making me costumes or something.
Now, don't everybody trigger one another now.
I would love to. I want to perform again, but I can't do that until I can do this.
That's what I'm trying to tell her. Look, I haven't seen her that happy when she does drag. Like Jessica years ago, there's Valentine's.
2014.
So I know Nomi like from when it first started together. Nomi was the one who pushed me to do drag. I didn't want to be a drag queen. I want to be a woman.
What happened?
I became a woman, and now I do drag.
Over, honey. The fancy took over, honey.
But like Nomi was one of the ones who was like, let's do the show, let's do this and that, and so like she is the pusher of that. But and also, Nomi never like wanted to be the most incredible entertainer. Nomi wanted to be the most beautiful. Nomi wanted to be the most like she wanted to walk into a room and the room to all turn her head of her.
That already happened. That happened when
I know.
she started on day one. A little.
I know, I've seen it. But I don't remember her ever telling me like I want to go on stage and I want to like do this and pow and whop and flip and it was always like I want to walk in.
Honey, I just want to walk out and say.
She wants to walk in with this incredible costume that is so fucking. You just lose your breath. You can't stop staring at. That's how I always absorbed her, and that's why I think that's her greatest power.
Now I'll probably snitch on her, but you know, I don't know really drag at all. So she just told me that she did drag or whatever, and
Yeah.
but then when I would go down,
That's why she's my mom.
well,
Because of drag.
when I went down to Cincinnati, there was all these people approaching her, like, "Oh my God, I'm your fan," and I was confused.
Do you remember what was her
But,
name? I can't
hold
remember.
on.
Restraining orders.
See, she had all these fans, and they even bothered my brother that was a cop. Like, "Oh my God, you!" I said, "Wait a minute," and
The
I
security
started
of the
learning.
courthouse in the county courthouse.
No, we don't interrupt him.
Jail you.
I'm just like explaining. Sorry.
I know, but let him talk and then explain.
Yeah, that you were a criminal.
So,
Okay.
she had all these fans, and I didn't understand what drag really is or anything. And then I've been to shows before, but I didn't really understand like how the community is, you know, because I'm an outsider. I'm learning as I go, you know. And but when I seen her like go to a drag show, perform on Valentine's Day, and then just her reaction, seeing everybody, this is the happiest she ever looks. The happiest she ever looks.
So I'll tell you the secret, Dane. Nomi's thing is she's a socialite.
Yeah.
So back before, during our growth of learning how this whole world works, Nomi was like a founder creator of being a socialite more than I've ever realized it. I thought when you're on stage, that was the big moment. Nomi taught me when you're off stage, that's the biggest moment. When you're walking around, hanging out with the crowd, talking to them individually,
You're the one
one
who taught
on
her
one.
that?
Huh?
You taught her that?
Yeah, that's who taught me that. Yes.
Gag. Because that's what everybody is learning from me now.
I'm the one taught that to you, little girl.
I know, but you learned that from her. That's gag.
No, so I was
You have
obsessed
to
with.
love everybody.
But
I was obsessed with the business. I was obsessed with like, okay, I want to get paid. Nomi, this is your pay. This is my pay. This is how we're going to do it. What's the budget? What's the show times? What time is the bar open? I was business. Like my brain never. I had to never be poor again and live in a trailer and not have fucking running water and have a toilet that worked. Like I could not ever be that person again as a kid. And now as I met Nomi, like she was, as I was trying to build a business, I did not realize the key element to building a business is having people that come into your business that want to be around you, that will speak to you and want to invest in you as a person. So a part of what Nomi taught me was to be a socialite. If it wasn't for that, that was the most critical thing that she taught me. And now, as who she is, she's no longer really a socialite. She's just the person who works at a store and she socializes there and there. But when she's on stage or she's at a bar and she's booked, then she gets to be the socialite again.
That's my cheese.
And that's what I think that that's what I think he has not got to see about you yet.
Yeah, and I would love to see that. That's what I would love to see. And I know that she'll be a whole person. Like maybe not fully whole, but she'll be better. And I know you all. I see you all love one another. But from the outside looking in, it's like all you girls are a mess. You need to fix whatever you got going on with one another, right? You're a family, and family
We
have
have to
to
get
talk.
closer.
I
We
got
have
brothers
to
and
be
sisters.
closer.
I got brothers and sisters, and we say ugly stuff to one another, but it's because it's out of love.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
It's out of love.
one of Nomi's secret weapons though is isolation and removing.
Yeah, like me.
So she either will isolate you or she'll remove herself from you.
Yeah. And that's why I told her, like, you can't fool someone with manic depression.
I want to do that.
I said, you're doing exactly what I would do. It's like, you're cutting everything off.
So, okay. Yeah.
Don't cut
No.
it off. Hiding and everything. Like, go hang out with your friends. Go be with your people.
I'm just glad that Nomi is ready to like kind of talk openly about this and like
Yeah.
start to like do something about it. You have like all the power in the world. And now you have like a bunch of people that are here to support you and love you and like be there for you throughout the process. So now it's not only me and Jessica, now it's not only Daniel, but it's like a bunch of us that are all here for you.
Who
And
the fuck is Daniel?
Well, one thing we forgot to do, which is really critical. Where did Lexi go? Hi, everybody.
We're just looking at our
Yes,
face.
there is 2 gifts left in my gift gallery, and we're about to lose our fragment possibly. So if you already can look at the fragments up there in the leagues, it would mean a lot to me. We're having like a family conversation, so I don't want to. So Nomi, why Lexi's back? Okay, Lexi, I think one thing we are forgetting in this moment, and a part of our story is what is Lexi? What is Lexi? What is your addiction right now, and where are you standing? Why are you in the position you're in right now? Have you said out loud what you do? And Nomi, have you said out loud? And have I said out loud what our issues are?
Not necessarily. I don't have no problem with it because I do talk about it openly. I have figured out that I have a narcotics problem and an alcohol problem because I have trauma issues that are far greater than any of that. That's why I'm like a functioning addict. That's why that's why I have a job. That's why I have a car. That's why I have a house. That's why I am still progressing in this life, but struggling too. Because I have something else holding me back that I can't figure out myself. I can quit everything and just I can be a sober nun and not even have my WEED and still have
Not
issues.
figure out what the fuck the issue is.
And it's
Thank
just
you.
our trauma, and that's why we need to go through a trauma treatment versus like only a substance abuse like regimen. I understand substance abuse needs. I totally am. I'm there, but like again, I got myself off of crystal meth. That is one of the hardest things to do, and I did that, and I never want to go back. That's not in my repertoire, and I really hope everyone knows that. Like that's not. I got like on a fucking cocaine. You know, I was trying to stimulate myself up to keep like going, and then I was drinking very heavily during the day to make it seem like I wasn't like, cracked out of my mind because I was and I wasn't sleeping. Like, but I was trying to keep up and go and do, and it was just something that I was not equipped to handle because I had not dealt with my trauma from doing crystal meth. Like all of that trauma. The reason why I started doing all of that, I never worked on that. I never understood why I like turned to that because I was like anti-drugs, anti-drinking, anti all that stuff. I was like, I'm too full, and then all of a sudden, all that changed.
Just to protect you, Lexi, be careful. Don't forget we're on TikToks that watch certain words.
Well,
All right,
I'm
but
not very good
before
at
we
that,
go to
so I'll probably
Nomi,
pause.
before we go to Nomi, really quick, Lexi, maybe I'm wrong because I'm not in recovery. I'm not a therapist, and I'm not an addiction coach or something like that. But I think sometimes stating the problem and then not giving the excuse or explaining why. Sometimes just saying like I'm an addict and this is my problem. Sometimes I think that's the best way to start and then explain. But
Yeah, no, that is
I get it.
that's the first step of AA. So good job.
Still have.
Yeah, no, you have to
So
admit you're an addict and you're powerless under certain
You
things.
have to
I
admit it.
totally understand that. The problem
yeah,
is, I saw for myself just issues in that type of program because my life was not ruined by those things. I'm not letting that happen. I took my life back from those things without those specific teachings. And it's because I have just a different kind of willpower, I think. And trust me, AA meetings and all the support groups are bad from your end. I love them to death. I wear my chip around my neck as a necklace, and I still go to them. I think it's a beautiful thing, and that type of community is the only reason why people are able to get out to the other side. But that is not the only thing for me because of my trauma. I have to deal with the trauma. That is my biggest setback. Like I'm very good in other ways because I have a huge social circle.
I have an idea for you, Lexi. Before we go to know me, I think
I'm so
that we
proud of
should
you.
do. Lexi, hit okay. Don't hit disconnect.
I'm so
Just hit
proud of
okay.
you. Whoever has that emoji of a cake. Oh my
Hit
god.
cancel. Hit cancel. Hit cancel. Okay, so we gotta, Lexi. Before you get restricted or banned, we have to make sure we don't use any words that are not okay.
I don't know
This
what
is
that is.
TikTok. You can't say like what it is that you done or do. You can't say words like the name of them. You just say other code
You literally
words.
asked me.
I know. I know. You could.
I know.
I
I
forgot
said
to. I
that.
forgot too. I was having a
I
conversation.
slipped up too. I think everybody slips up sometimes.
I look so
Yeah,
fat
me
right
too.
now. This is weird. Look at that from eating. This is healthy.
Shush.
This is healthy,
Lexi,
Lexi.
you should do step work on TikTok live in a box. I've never done AA step work, but I would actually love to do it with you and go through the steps one to whatever and do it right here with people in the live or do like host boxes and host step work together. That's an idea. Anyway, so know me without using bad words. What is yours?
What's my what?
What is your addiction?
Ugh, that.
Like instead of saying like a certain brand or whatever, just say like drinking if that's what you want to say.
Drinking.
What else?
Drinking.
Doing AA and live really defeats the anonymous part. Yeah, I think me talking openly about all of this though, Casey, kind of defeats the anonymous part. I kind of gave into that a while ago.
So I was saying, obviously, it's not going to be anonymous. It's going to be teach you how to do the step works. So I think sometimes there has to be
But then we
a
need
poster
somebody
child.
that's able to teach it.
I think like you doing the step work, obviously not fully doing it on here, but I think showing that someone could do it, it would then teach people or show people that someone like you that is a huge celebrity right now and everyone's watching you, listening to you, especially to
Yeah,
this moment.
the problem is that a lot of the things with those programs is that they're still all rooted in churches, and they're all rooted still within a lot of teachings that say the word God. And a lot of people are really good about like being able to switch things out in their own mind and say like I'm blocking this out, but to a lot of people as well, that's not as easy. And I feel like that's something that keeps a lot of people away. And that's something that continues to
Absolutely it
scare
does.
people away.
It's
Even people that are
really,
like
really
now
hard to
looking
find
at
somewhere to go.
there's newer versions,
Great
newer like
community groups.
terminology, but it's still everything's referenced to the big book and everything's referenced to God. And it's just a lot. It's very heavy in that. And if you do not base your faith in that, you will never recover. And
But even if you do base your
it's a
faith in
lot.
that,
It's a
base,
lot.
base
It's a lot.
your faith in that, it's not something that we need to hear.
The
Because it
problem
has
is,
nothing
I
to do with
recovered
it.
off of something without necessarily basing my faith in that. And again, I can say and insert whatever I want, but in a room full of people saying that, and me being the only person that's sitting there correcting it in my mind, it just doesn't create the same type of feeling. I'm sorry for the person on this receiving end. So I've struggled, like, as soon as I came back, that was like mission number one was to find an AA meeting. But everything here is strictly ran by in churches. Everything here is strictly ran by big book terminology. Everything here is strictly ran in ways that there is an LGBTQ group, But there's like one specific one, and there's one specific place to do it. And I just have to make it to that one finally. So hopefully, shout out. I'll be there on Friday. But there's just the options are limited when it comes to like what you really need.
You're talking about something else that's why Saturday I would like to hang out with you so we have a conversation, me and you, about. I know it's yeah, I get what you're saying, and that's something I do, and I'd like to talk to you about it.
I understand that though. I don't feel like I should have to go anywhere besides some bland ass place without religious conviction, without anything, just to speak with somebody or a group of people. It's really hard to go somewhere that's tied to a church and talk about anything. I watched my father do that, and all the AA meetings that he went to was tied to some church. And when you open it up saying GOD, and you close it saying that, here's my thing. We can't open it up saying that or close it saying that, because if he cared enough, honey, he'd fix it. He ain't here to fix it. He's not fixing it.
Because there's nothing to fix. In
Thank
some people's minds. You know what I mean?
But if it's an issue,
Yes.
why'd you give it to me?
Hello.
No, I'm not here in your building holding your book talking to you about it.
Not to be problematic,
But
but
that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth.
what's so wrong with God?
Nothing.
No, nothing. The problem is they're telling you right now you have to find something to base your sobriety on, and it has to be a higher power. You have to decide what your higher power
Sobriety
is.
has to be based on you. You both just spoke
and
up
your
and
higher
told me that.
your understanding and connection with the higher power that be. And they tell you you can say whatever you want, you can believe in whatever you want. Our books here just say God because that's the terminology used. The problem is every 10 words is God. So every 10 words, I was sitting in a meeting, my first ever meeting. Everybody's getting a really good story here. My very first AA meeting, I had to sit.
So I'm mute.
I call the universe Miss Universe, and every single time that word would come up, they'd be like reading it out loud, like in the group setting, and like every 10 seconds, I'd have to say Miss Universe, Miss Universe, Miss Universe, and it was taking me out of even the situation itself because everyone in the room was basing it off of something that I wasn't basing it off of, and I felt out of place.
Lexi, hit accept.
No, I don't want to do matches.
I'm a nerd. Do you know why that is? Do you know why they follow those 12 sets and when it was written? 1950.
I know.
And it hasn't been updated until like 10 or something.
I know.
And
But the thing is, they updated it, but then they reference all of that in the update. Every AA meeting you go to starts off with the reading of the 10 steps and the reading of the 10 whatever other things there are, and both of them it says God in every single step. That part doesn't change because that's just the way it is.
That's why I walk out of the places. I just go in and I leave. It will run people off. They built a multi-million-dollar complex out here, hospital. This little town, rated like one of the best hospitals in the country. They invited her to a banquet, and she still doesn't get it. Like these doctors are saying, you can come and talk to us because it's not like it was 20 years ago.
You know where I went?
They have psychologists that could help her.
Where you showed up on Saturday.
They offered to help. Like, go talk to them.
I don't need your help.
Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily want help from somebody in Kentucky anyway. I don't necessarily think that there's somebody here that's going to listen to me and give a crap about what I need them to give a crap about. Because even even doctors even people that I have to currently deal with, they are not invested in me. And
you want a German doctor?
Just because I'm LGBT.
You want a German doctor?
That's what I want.
I know I know plenty of German
Don't
people.
say that word.
I know plenty. I got family members. We can get a German doctor.
That's what I want, really bad. Norwegian or a German doctor.
And I know
really
people
bad.
who can fly.
Come on, fly.
hate lying.
I've been telling her she has to tell herself this is what she wants. And she has to tell me. She won't tell me. She won't tell me.
I
But she
can do
has
it
to
on my
tell
own.
me.
Well, it is 11:39, and I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I love you. I'll talk to you guys soon.